Hello Scorpios, and welcome back to my channel. This is Awakened Healings with Jess. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. I'm super excited that my content is resonating with all of you and that the messages that are coming through are helpful and are of service. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. And what I do is I do a nice healing energy report for all of you. This is going to be your mid-month check-in. I just did a nice report for all of you at the beginning of April. So check that video out if you haven't done so already. And yeah, this is sort of like where we are in the middle of the month, and this is the energy that will carry you into May. So yeah, lots to talk about, but before we get started, I'd like to invite you to help me create some sacred space here. I'm going to use my Tibetan singing bowl, and I'm going to ring it twice, but in between the two rings, I ask you all to please take a nice deep inhale, cleansing breath, and exhale anything that feels heavy, that feels toxic, things that just need to be let go, okay? Okay, Scorpios, let's go ahead and get started. Ready? All right, lovely. So what I'm going to do for all of you now is I'm going to pull some theme cards. This is going to come from the Goddess of the Moon Oracle deck, and we'll just see what comes out. This is sort of some major overarching themes for you to all focus on, okay? So many of us are in the middle, well, many of us are getting ready to start new cycles or have just started new cycles, okay? Lots happened in the month of March, a lot of releasing, a lot of cleansing, a lot of purging. Many of us ended karmic cycles, some of it down to the level of ending karmic ancestral energy. So that's huge because that impacts your future generations. If you're able to have experienced something like that, that's major cleansing, okay? But like I said, what I'm seeing all throughout the signs is everyone is starting something new. This one wanted to pop. So this is all about trust. Trusting what's going on with you, trusting the new process, trusting the releases that have happened. And I know that can be scary. I know that can be stressful, you know, sometimes painful, just depending on what it is or who that you're releasing. But know that it's for your highest good and for their highest good, and that this is all in divine timing, because I am seeing it in all of the signs. Ooh, okay, we'll take these. Well, okay, so you have the realization. So many of us are seeing situations from a new perspective and we're receiving clarity. And then we have resistance. Okay, so some of us may be struggling with the release that we just went through, and maybe the energy right now is a little chaotic, settling into your new cycle. Okay, so trust, realization, and resistance is what we're working with, okay, from the middle of the month to the end of the month. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a 5-card spread using the tarot deck. This is the Osho Zen tarot cards. Okay, and I always pull 5 just to sort of see, you know, what we're working with and where we're at. While I'm shuffling, I just want to talk about the new moon that we just had in Aries. That was Friday night. Zen Master. And the purpose of the new moon was to help clear out and release any remaining blocked energy, old behaviors, old habits, or if we hadn't fully released that person, relationship, or whatever it is that we were working on, the outsider, then the energy of the new moon did that. And for me personally, I had something like that happen to me. I thought I had done all of my work, all of my shadow work. I thought I had done all of my cleansing and purging, you know, in the month of March, slowing down. But the Aries new moon was like, oh, no, Jess. You still have some more purging and releasing to do. And I swear to God, this is schizophrenia. It was pretty powerful stuff. Big emotional release. And the Miser. Okay, so good things to talk about. Bottom of the deck, clinging to the past. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm seeing, because this came up in your theme card, resistance. Some of you maybe still be clinging to the past and resisting the new changes that are happening, but you're being asked to ultimately trust, and you are now coming into a new state of realization. Okay? So, clinging to the past came up reversed, so this is internal struggles with yourself. I feel like the cycles that have happened have already caused releases, have already caused separations, have already caused movement out of your life. It could be job opportunities, it could be a new career, it could maybe be a move or something, or it could be the release of a relationship. It could be romantic, it could be maybe a friend or maybe a family member or a business partner. But, you know, things are happening for our highest good. And right now, many of us are being called to just trust the process and flow with it. It's definitely easier said than done, but if we're able to flow with it, it goes a lot smoother, and you're able to call in new opportunities, new energy, and you'll able to feel uplifted a lot sooner. Okay, so let's get started. Center of the deck is the Master. This is the Zen Master, and when he comes in, this is all about letting go of what's going on in your mind. This is all about, you know what, don't listen to what's going on in your headspace. It's coming from a place that's not authentic. It's not your intuition. It's not what your soul is telling you. And it's not in alignment with the divine. What you're dealing with here is pre-programmed thought. It's societal preconditioned thinking, and you know, you're dealing with labels. You're dealing with, you know, people saying you can't do that, or you're just dealing with other people's opinions, and you don't need that crap right now at all. So that's why this is upside down, because you're struggling with this change because you're too much in your egoic mind. So this card is telling all of y'all, Scorpio, to turn within, to slow down, to align yourself with spirits. Listen to the divine messages, because those messages will help you navigate into the next cycle, the next phase of your life, because you just ended a major chapter. Okay, so that chapter has ended, and you're moving into your new chapter, your new phase in life, and it's going to be amazing. Okay, you just trust. Many of you may be feeling like an outsider. Okay, this is the Five of Rainbows, which is like the Five of Pentacles in the regular Rider-Waite tarot deck. So someone is feeling left out. Someone is feeling left out in the cold, and perhaps, you know, what happened with your release and your completion of cycles. Maybe this has you feeling like an outsider. Okay, but it's all up here. It's all up here in the mind. It's all in how you're seeing things. Because what's interesting here is it's an image of a little child, possibly a little boy, but it's a child. And what this card also signifies is, in order for you to up level and to move into your next phase, is you have to get in touch with your inner child spirit and address the core wounding. So this is all about core wounding work. And if you haven't dealt with your core wounds, this card is here to let you know that now's the time to do that. Because you have to get down to not only the cause of the wound, but the root. And if you can get to the source, the root, if you can heal that, you're good. You know, but it's doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in one counseling session, if that's, you know, what's being called for. It is it's constant work. You know, it's a process. So depending on what some of you are working on, if you feel that you do need, you know, professional services, reach out. You know, reach out to counselors, you know, and professionals, because they're there to help you. They're there to help you deal with your childhood wounding, and they can help you navigate to the root a lot quicker. So, you know, tap into those services. But this is, you know, this is not forever. You're not an outsider. It's only what's going on in here, okay? If you can master your thoughts, okay, and tap into your intuition and listen to the divine and allow yourself to be divinely guided, the outsider will no longer be a thing, okay? Slowing down is next. Came up reversed, so I feel like maybe some of you may be trying to rush the process. Maybe you're working a lot. Maybe you're overextending yourself with work commitments, social commitments, maybe your own personal commitments, you know, things like that. So I feel like many of you are just at a point where you're almost going to break. So slow down. This is earth energy. This is, yeah, in fact, this is the Knight of Rainbows. So it's like the Knight of Pentacles. This is a message coming in for you all to get grounded. This is earth energy. So tap into the earth energy right now and slow down. So get outside in nature. You know, go for a walk, breathe in the fresh air. Maybe enjoy some outdoor activities, bike rides, running, hiking, you know, yeah, you know, maybe do some gardening. You know, that's another great way to tap into earth energy. Plant some new flowers, tend to your gardens, you know, things like that. But it's all about slowing down and taking care of yourself, Scorpio, because I do get the sense that there's a lot of resistance and a lot of frantic energy right here, and it all has to deal with the fact that some of you are still clinging to the past. Okay. Up next is schizophrenia. This is the Two of Clouds, Two of Swords in the regular tarot deck. So this is a decision. You're at a crossroads. And it's a big decision. It's sort of like, if you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. In this image, you see a person literally clinging in between two major cliffs. Not a great place to be. It's a very precarious situation. He's going to fall either way. But if he falls, it's better that he made the decision to let go. Because when he makes that decision to let go, he's ultimately surrendering to the divine, putting his full faith and trust in spirit and letting spirit take control. It's literally a Jesus take the wheel moment. Let go, surrender, because you can't be in this state of in between for very long. It's unhealthy and it's making you crazy. You're gonna fall, but better to take the leap of faith on your own terms and to trust. Okay, you're gonna get to where you need to go, but it's a better journey if you're doing it from a place of enlightenment, which is mastering your thoughts and getting in alignment with the Zen master and trusting your intuition, because this is at the center of your reading, Scorpios. Okay, you're being called to get out of your own head and to trust your intuition. Many of you are very psychic. Scorpios are a water sign, and you know that water energy just really heightens your intuition. So trust it, you know, trust your gut and just let go and trust that the universe is going to catch you and it's going to take you to the place where you need to be, the right place. Okay, so moving on is the Miser. And this is the Four of Rainbows, and this is all about closed energy, like, oh, I gotta hang on to everything that I have. But when this card comes in, this is all about clinging to the past. And it's an image of an elderly woman or an aging woman who is dressed up in all of her finery because at one time these items meant something to her. And she's really clutching, I'm going to bring this closer, clutching to all of her possessions that she treasures. You know, it's jewelry, memories, photographs, baubles, things that she just has to cling to. But, you know, this is no accident. These cards both mean clinging to the past. And this is the literal clinging to the past. But this is saying you have to let go, because when you cling so tightly to memories, to an old way of thinking, an old way of behaving, an old way of being, an old way of living, it's, you know, it was fine for back then, it's not going to serve you it's not going to be in your highest good in this next cycle. You have to let it go. Okay, this is all about release, and it's coming to the realization that you have to release the past and to not resist it, and to ultimately trust. This is all about trust, you know? It doesn't get any clearer than that. You know, this is coming in for a reason. So yeah, I'm hoping that this is resonating for many of you, and I'm hoping that you're seeing the value in the divine message that's coming for you, because this is meant to heal, this is meant to uplift and inspire, okay? So what I'm going to do for you next is I'm going to pull some clarifier cards with the Untamed Oracle deck. And, ooh, first out the gate, love. I feel like maybe some of you may be dealing with a broken heart. Yeah, I really feel that, just based on the energy that we're seeing with the miser and clinging to the past. It was all about clinging to the past. And I feel like the relationship that ended, it was for karmic reasons. You both had to learn a karmic lesson, and it needed to happen, you know? But we'll see what else comes out, okay? So that's coming out. First card right off the bat is love reversed. And while I'm shuffling, it's interesting about that because we are in the middle of a lunar cycle between 2 full moons in Libra, which is a rare event that we have 2 full moons in the same sign. So we had a full moon on the 20th of March at 0 degrees Libra, and we also have another full moon next week on the 19th at 29 degrees Libra. And the energy for the Libra full moons, and just Libra in general, is all about relationships. So right now is a major astrological spotlight on relationships. It's forcing many of us to examine who is in our lives, who has to exit our lives. And, you know, it's all about spiritual uplifting and up-leveling. Also, Venus moved into Pisces last week too, so that is all about supporting romantic relationships. So it's no wonder that I'm seeing here challenges in relationships, challenges in love, because the energy is here to do that. And we had the Aries new moon last Friday to kind of push along anything else that needed to come out of our lives, anything that we needed to release, anything that we were hanging on to or clinging to the past, essentially, you know. So trust that all this is in divine order and all this is in your highest good, Scorpio. I know it's probably painful and it's probably stressing you out, because I see it here with the energy. Lots of air energy, lots of distrust, especially with the schizophrenia card. You have we have one. Partnership reversed. Okay, so I'm seeing this strongly, that this is about partnerships and relationships. But yeah, many of you have big decisions to make, and I'm getting the sense that this is about people in your lives. Okay, but we'll see what else comes out for you in this reading. Excuse me. Passion reversed. We can talk about that, because I think following your passions will ultimately is going to help you get out of this funk that you may be feeling like you're in right now. When we are following our passions, we're doing what makes us happy, feel good inside. It's something that's coming to us naturally. We're having an oh fuck moment. That's very clear with what I'm seeing in the tarot deck and the unknown. Yep. So this is confirming that you just ended something big, and you're freaking the F out. Emotions, bottom of the deck. Yep. Many of you are feeling emotional. Many of you are probably in your feelings, but this, okay? I think this is what is accurately illustrating your situation right now. This oh fuck energy, and you're afraid of the unknown, and you're resisting. And the resistance, like I said, came up in your theme card. So Yeah, and I do get the strong sense that this is all about partnerships and love, perhaps a broken heart. But all is not lost, okay? What happened needed to happen for your highest good. And when we are ending karmic cycles and karmic partners and relationships, it's all about the lessons that we needed to learn. And if you resist, what's going to happen is that karma will repeat itself in this next cycle, okay? And it doesn't look like that was very fun. So my advice to you, Scorpios, is to lean in, to settle into flow with what's going on, and to really come to the realization of what happened, what was the purpose, what lesson did you learn, and what lesson did the other person learn, okay? Because if you can get clear on that, then that cycle is forever, it's forever done. And you won't be bringing that energy into your new life, your next phase, okay? And sometimes these splits are all about, it's healing. It's so that way you can step into your truth, step into your destiny, step into who it is that you need to be, and to follow your passions. Because right now you're not doing that. Your passions are blocked. So you're not being your authentic self. But when you're able to do that, then you're able to up level, you know. And this is not to say that the person has to be forever out of your life. I don't know what happened, but if it's something that is salvageable, then it could really just mean taking time apart to grow as individuals, to maybe come back during better conditions while you're both are vibrating at higher levels, and that'll be a healthier relationship, and hope, and maybe this will then become this, okay? But right now it's blocked. Right now there's a lot of freaking out, there's a lot of uncertainty, and just a lot of emotional frenzy, okay? But you have to trust your intuition. Scorpios, you all are a water sign. You're also a very highly intuitive. And for me, this card symbolizes intuition, spiritual energy, trusting your emotions, and having emotional releases. Do not let these emotions just sit inside and fester, because that's no good for anybody. You can call in health problems or create health problems for yourself unnecessarily. So release, have those emotional releases, get in touch with some really good friends, and have like a good heart-to-heart conversation that just takes everything out. Because sometimes when you talk about what happened, you're doing sort of that self-analysis, that self-reflection, and you're able to see the point of all this, right? And then you're able to see your new direction, and it'll all make sense. It's all about self-realization, which is what you saw in your theme card. Okay, Scorpios, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Shamanic Oracle deck. And this, I feel like, will help clear a lot of this up. This is medicine, and the messages that come through are extremely wise, extremely timely. 2 off the bat, the arrow. Yeah, I like that. It's reversed, but I see why it's coming in. And mini paths. Yeah. This message is going to be good, Scorpios. I feel like this will be the purpose of why you're here watching this video. You're not here by any accident. You found my channel and you found my video for a reason. So the spirits are here to speak to you and to guide you and to help get you out of that chaotic energy that you're in. You're definitely in an in-between period. You're in a dark, unknown place, and that's okay. It's all about trusting your intuition, getting yourselves aligned with spirit, and trusting your spirit guides. The staff. Bottom of the deck. Beloved. Reversed. Okay, Scorpios. It is clear. It is clear, we've seen it 3 times, that many of you are dealing with a broken heart, that many of you have ended a significant romantic relationship, and it has many of you thrown for the loop. And I do now clearly understand this and this, okay? So I ask you all to listen to the messages that are going to come through. What I'm going to do for you is I'm going to read from the book, because one, the cards have massive symbolism, but I feel like right now I need to start with the bottom of the deck. That's what I'm being guided to do. Normally I save the bottom of the deck for last, but this is just too important. Okay, so bottom of the deck is the Beloved card. Came up reversed, so this is medicine for you all. So this is the meaning of the card. The Beloved is the recognition of spirit in another and moving towards spirit through the other. It is when the divine appears to us in the form of our child, our partner, our friend, and we experience being in love. As we grow, we start to recognize the Beloved in everyone, not confusing their personality with their divine nature. Okay, so that's what this card symbolizes. The medicine for you is be careful with romantic love, the kind of love you fall in and out of. Own all the projections you have placed upon the person you are dreaming of. Remember that they are only mirroring back their own deep longings rather than revealing their true selves. If you fail to notice this, be prepared to walk through the fire of strong emotions once again. Okay, that's huge, because I just spoke about karmic endings and the whole purpose of karmic relationships. And it's to learn these lessons so that you don't have to repeat that cycle again. And this message clearly foot stomped that point. So I'm just going to read it one more time, okay? If you fail to notice, be prepared to walk through the fire of strong emotions once again. Because it's all about mirroring. You're projecting yourself in one way, and that person is mirroring back at you. And they're not revealing their true selves, and neither are you. Okay? So let that sit, let that resonate with you. You may have to, rewatch the video again. But I encourage you, to please take heart to what's coming in for you, okay? This is the arrow. It came in reversed. Receiving this symbol reminds you that when you are in alignment with your heart and soul, you are on target and will soon be hitting your mark. Be true to your calling, release attachments, and free yourself from the bondage of unbridled ambition. Now is revealed to be a moment of contact in which your intention meets the material world. The arrow also symbolizes the need to set your creativity free, okay? Which is the passion. It's blocked. This is all about your creativity, so set it free, release it, okay? I really love the synchronicities here. This is huge, Scorpios. This is a really great reading for all of you. So the medicine is, this is a time to admit that by continuing on the path you are on, you might be shooting yourself in the foot. Could it be that you have become so attached to winning this game that you have missed the true mark? What if your arrow was never meant to land where you wanted it? Now is the time to regroup and ask yourself if what you desire is really worth your energy. This is a sign that something better is waiting. Consider the wisdom in not getting what you want. Suffering in this case is a pathway to heal the parts of you that feel unworthy. The parts that worry there isn't enough. Make peace with those voices. What is truly yours will be waiting for you. Okay, Scorpios? So, yeah, this is the essence of this reading. This is why you're here, okay? And this is the mini paths card. All paths lead to spirit. What you bring to your journey is what will determine if yours is a path of suffering, a path of wisdom, a path of bliss, or a path of loss. Consider the traveler who met two stonemasons. He asks one, what is he doing? And the mason replies, I'm squaring out this stone. He asks the other, who is doing the exact same thing, and gets the reply of, I am building a cathedral. One man has a job, the other man has found his work and calling. It's all about passions, okay? Like I said, your passions card is reversed right now. So what is your calling? What makes you excited? What's going to unlock your creativity? So this man that's making a cathedral, he is part of an endeavor much greater than himself. Be sure you pick a path with a heart. Okay, so this came up upright. So your call now is to take a big, bold step and leave the beaten path. Heaven and earth are conspiring on your behalf to support you in this move. Do not dally lest you miss the moment. It's time to sail into the uncharted. Be sure you attend to both your path through this earth as well as your journey through the stars. So this is all about starting your new path, following your passions, up-leveling, and moving forward. This is a major release, and I get it. It is clear, but it's all for your highest good. And you don't want to stay stuck in it because it's just going to repeat the past. Okay, so the staff. The staff is a symbol of authority. It holds the power to temper extremes. The staff helps you find the right course of action, the way of the middle, and aids you to maintain your balance after you begin walking in that direction. Moses carried a serpent staff through the desert, and with it he could summon the power of nature to heal or call plagues. The staff reminds you of the impermanence of all things, and that your authority must come from your deep longing to serve. Okay, so this came up reversed for you all. So this is the medicine. You are caught in the delicate balance between opposing forces, between masculine and feminine, between action and non-action. Use this to your advantage, as there can only be no day without light, and no low without high, no wrong without right. This is the time to take corrective action, beginning with your beliefs about what needs to be fixed or repaired. Let destiny take its course, nudging it slightly along. So this is all destined, this is all fated, and it's all about just letting things unfold as they need to unfold in their own destined time, because it is perfect timing, it is divine timing, and if you interfere with it, it's not going to be right. Okay, so right now what I'm doing is I'm pulling cards from the Pure Love Oracle deck, and 2 cards automatically jumped out for the masculine. I'm going to pull 1 more for the feminine. Oh, they're literally popping out of my hands. Okay. So all is not lost here, Scorpios, okay? So masculine would like to share to his feminine that I am open to love, and I'm hoping that we can work it out. Okay? I am very pleased to see this, because my heart was breaking for those of you who are going through this. And I don't like to see people fall out of love, and I don't like that. It really bothers me. But feminine would like to share to her masculine, I feel hurt by you, but you're in my dreams at night. Okay? So I do feel that a reconciliation is possible, just not right now. Not with all this that's going on. And I feel like with the amount of karma that's coming through this reading, it's probably best that you let yourselves have space. And I'll let you all feel yourself intuitively into when the time is right for you all to maybe have that conversation. Because masculine is open to love, and he wants to work it out with his feminine. Feminine feels hurt by him, but the masculine is in her dreams at night. Something to keep in mind is that next week is, we start Taurus season on the 20th. So the energy will be shifting. Right now we're in Aries still, so it's a lot of fire, passion, excitable energy, kind of quick moving. And it kind of makes people a bit impulsive, and they may say things that they don't mean. They may do things they may later regret. So the energy is also, I feel it's not supportive of something like this, especially with the cycles that Scorpios you're completing. My recommendation is to wait till Taurus starts on the 20th, maybe towards the end of the month, so that way it allows the Taurus energy to settle, because that's earth energy. It's feminine, it's gentle, it's nurturing, and I feel like it'll be a slower, calmer environment for you all to come together to have this conversation and to try and reconcile and work out, you know, whatever it is that's going on in your relationship, okay? So that would be my advice. Also, just know that astrologically, this is a perfect time for conversations, okay? Mercury is now direct. I believe I said that in the beginning of the video, but Mercury is now direct, and Mars has moved into Gemini, which all of that governs communication, right? So this is an ideal time to have the conversations that you need to have, be able to express yourselves the way you need to express yourselves, and to have the listener be receptive. It's all about listening to, right? So just approach it from a space of like, okay, I need to say what I need to say, just state the facts, but also be willing to listen, you know? And if someone's going to call you out on your actions or activities, just be humble enough to accept it. You know, it's right now, it's not about being right or wrong. It's just about speaking your truth and getting it out there on the table. And then you can work through that as you see fit and as you're being divinely guided, okay? So that's what I have for you, Scorpios. I like to end my readings with the Nature's Whispers. This is a cool way to sort of get the overall inspirational guidance for you. You know, it's a way to sort of cap off the reading with something beautiful, something uplifting and inspirational. This was a big reading, and I hope that many of you found it useful, found it helpful, and hopefully you received some clarification on what it is that you're working on. Okay, so first up is be your best self always. Okay? Yeah, I think that's lovely because of all this chaos. Intuition. Okay, that doesn't get any more synchronistic than that. Scorpios, trust your intuition, tap into it. We got the emotions card, okay? So, trust it. Many of you are very psychic and very gifted. An illumination, okay? I see that's going right alongside of the realization card that we received earlier. You know, and ultimately just trust. Trust what's going on, okay? So Scorpios, thank you very much for stopping by my channel. Thank you very much for those of you who are subscribers. And thank you very much for the new subscribers. You know, if you feel inclined to like, share, and subscribe, please feel free to do so. Also, Scorpios, feel free to comment below. I really want to hear from you. I really want to know how things are working out for you and what it is that you're working on. Okay? Also, feel free to check out your Scorpio video for the beginning of the month. See if there's anything there that's resonating or anything that was, maybe you had a question before, now this helped clarify certain things. Also, I do weekly healing energy reports, and it's very general, but it's, you know, the energy of the week. So maybe there's some other things in there for you that can maybe help with this situation. Those are released on Sundays. I just released the second one last night. So be on the lookout for the one next week, next Sunday, and so forth. But Scorpios, again, much love and blessings to all of you. I see that many of you are dealing with a lot here, and just know that you're being divinely guided, and this is for your highest good and for the highest good of others, okay? So lots of love and light, blessings to all of you, and I'll see you in May. Thank you. Bye-bye.